Hello, spectators, and welcome to the show. It is your host, MosaicArts, here to give my thoughts, opinions, and otherwise on the Super Mario Galaxy movie releasing this April. When it comes to the new trailer released just recently on the Mario Galaxy Movie Direct, as I've already made clear within my YouTube post I made a few days ago, I think this movie is going to be peak, or, as I said in my post, peak fiction. Yeah. There's a clear distinction that needs to be made with what I'm talking about. When it comes to all the things I've seen in the trailer, and what it seems like is going to be the case from what I'm seeing, and also what we've seen thus far, I think there's going to be a lot of really interesting things to come. First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the green dinosaur in the room, Yoshi. They've established a lot of things I'm pretty interested in already. There's going to be a lot of visual gags with him eating creatures, that much is going to be for sure. Also, from what we can tell, it's possible that he really is just going to say Yoshi throughout the movie, if I have to be honest with you. Like, we haven't seen any shots of him saying anything else, and though I've seen some people saying, like, oh, he better not talk, to be fair, it wouldn't be completely out of the ordinary if he did talk, because, well, to be fair, he did talk in the Super Mario World cartoon.
Hey, that's not egg, that's football!
Though, I've heard some people also make the argument of, like, who cares what the Super Mario cartoon did. Though, funny enough on that end, also heard some people saying, oh, they better reference the Mama Luigi joke in this movie, and honestly, they might actually do that. Because, as we know, the prior movie did similar, where, like, they referenced Super Mario Bros. Super Show opening pretty early on in the movie, so it's really not looking impossible at all that they might do something like that. Furthermore, when it comes to the new fits of which Mario and Luigi have, it's looking like Luigi, as expected, is going to have a much bigger role this time around. Unlike last time, where in a lot of ways, he kind of took up Peach's usual role, but Peach, instead of having a much more prominent and noteworthy role, actually fighting against Bowser on numerous occasions. Yes, he got finished wrapping up his secret agent business. He wasn't really captured at all, guys. That Luigi was just a fake. The real Luigi was doing his own thing. We're talking about
my lesson when I'm giving instructions.
What did I just say? But yeah, I really do like the fact that, in all seriousness, Mario and Luigi are riding bikes around, kind of like what we saw Peach riding in the last movie, showing that, you know, all this time later, however much time this movie really takes place after the first one, they become more accustomed to what the Mushroom Kingdom is like. I can also really tell from what they've shown that I am really going to like a lot of the new additions other than just Yoshi. Like, for example, they're planning to put Rosaline in this movie, as we've seen, and the parts with her have been pretty good so far. As far as I can tell, they are, in fact, also planning to adopt some parts from the game and put them into movie form. For example, the storybook segment you have from the original game, that very much is the case. So it's pretty cool to see, you know, more deeper cuts and references like that. And also, it's pretty cool that they're putting Bowser Jr. in as well. Some people like to say he's the Prowler in disguise, but I say I see Bowser Jr., and that's who I say it is. Also, yeah, I know, original joke. Bowser Jr., the Prowler, like everybody else hasn't also made that exact joke. Yeah. Yep, that is a thing. But none of those things compare to the other thing I want to talk about that they showed in this trailer. For anyone who knows me and how I am with different parts of Mario, everybody knows that there's one specific thing of which we know is coming up this movie this time around that I am very much in fact excited for. Namely, this shot of Princess Peach holding her parasol battling Bert. And in the background, we see who seems to be Mouser and potentially Clogger flipped over.
Holy flipping ass! They were actually acknowledging the existence of Mario 2 again! And not even just the more popular enemies like Birdo or Shy Guys! Even Amnesia Monsters and Bowser's Clobber! Oh my gosh, my life is completely die out now!
Sorry for my outburst just now. Just like, I'm really happy about this. Like, I genuinely didn't think it was going to happen. Since Nintendo was so unwilling a lot of times to give Mario 2 much acknowledgement in any way. Like, Mario 2 not getting a mode on Mario Maker 2, which, to be fair, it would be a lot of programming work, I kind of get it, but, like, many of its enemies just barely being featured at all. So, like, seeing that this is going on, it's like, awesome. Finally. I didn't think it was ever going to happen. I didn't even hope for it happening at all, because I just always just figured it was just a pipe dream that was never going to happen. Haha, pipe dream. And it gets better. What if Wart shows up? That would be absolutely crazy. And generally, if that happens, this just might end up being one of my most favorite movies of all time. Seriously. I am not kidding when I say that. But, on another note, when it comes to concerns I have about this movie, honestly, there's only really two things that really come to mind. The first thing being that, with everything this movie is showing off, they might honestly have trouble fitting everything in the one movie in a way that doesn't feel rushed. But, to be fair, people also had the same concern about last movie, and look how that one turned out. Basically, what I feel like is that movie was fairly paced and didn't have to cram a whole bunch of stuff into it, and the like. And on top of this, we know Mario Galaxy is going to have a longer runtime than its predecessor is. So, I think they will, in fact, find adequate time for everything that they're wanting to do. And mind you, I'm not saying that Fire Super Mario Bros. Movie was perfect. Far from it, in fact. But it definitely did its job, and it was way better than whatever that thing was that they made way back in the 80s. Or was it the 90s? I don't remember. No idea. But regardless, way better than what they went with originally. Basically, all this to say is that even though Illumination is working on this movie, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good adaptation of the Mario games. Especially seeing as Nintendo has a close involvement in this movie, just like they did with the last one. And so, you can be sure that they'll be watching. For that reason, you can be sure that I'll be watching this movie as soon as it releases, and I think I will really like it, based on what we know. But also, I kind of have to wonder where they are going to take the Mario Cinematic Universe, that's what I'm going to call it now, haha, after this movie, to be honest. Because I remember that some actually thought that this was a movie that they were going to save for the third entry. The reason for that being that them going to space is a pretty grand and big deal. And part of me wonders if maybe they should have focused on something else for the second movie and then gone on to do something Super Mario Galaxy for the third movie. Because really, where do they go from here after they do a Super Mario Galaxy movie? Are they going to do something smaller scale? A Mario Sunshine movie? An Odyssey movie? A Mario and Luigi movie? A Paper Mario movie? Not gonna lie, I would absolutely watch that if that's what their next plan after this is. I suppose we'll see when this movie's all said and done what their plans really are from this point on. With that being said though, MosaicArts is leaving the building. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more family-friendly gaming-related content. Check out Mosaic Plays for highly edited gameplay videos and live streams relating to Nintendo, Minecraft, Mega Man, Sonic the Hedgehog, and otherwise. Check out Mosaic Shorts for shorter form, highly edited gaming-related videos, Mosaic VODs, recorded archives of the live streams of which I commence on Mosaic Plays, and until next time, spectators, see you the next show. And one last thing. I am still making the Smash 6 video. Do not worry, I have not canceled it.